Okay, so in this new screen recording, this is going to be photo retouching 2. I'm going to show you a little bit. So this is already did a few steps. This is the image, and you can see it's pretty bad. I mean, it's a lot of work. And you know, anything can be done. It's just a matter of time. So I use a neural filter, and I didn't want to put you through this because I already showed you. You can see use a little bit of the grain, but it does, pretty good, and getting rid of um, some of the dots, and it's keeping the faces pretty good. So we're gonna add again what we did earlier. We're gonna add some noise, but right now just have to make sure I want to share with you that you don't have to always go like this. You can just go one at a time. Okay, on something so even, and then so random, it's great. It's perfect, because if it goes a little off, you're totally fine. But when you get to something a little more precise, then you cannot do that. Okay, so in something like this, fine if I go a little loose and a little crazy. You have the same sample here, same, I can go crazy here. So I'm going to go with the surroundings, but you get the picture that this can be done. So this is going to be tricky. That's why sometimes, but it's not perfect, but it does its job, and nobody's going to go and say, well, this wall is supposed to be straight. So I'm going to keep going like this. There's a lot of photos to do, so I want to keep moving. I'm at 100%. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. Again, all this stuff I can do very quickly. It doesn't matter. I'm going to do the edge so it fills in the edge. Right here, right here, right here. So this is all pretty straightforward. But when we get to let's get to the face and so on. I cannot go crazy. So I'm going to make my brush smaller, and I just have to carry and just do point by point. So basically I'm covering the dot in the center, like this dot. I'll put it in the center, or roughly. It doesn't have to be exactly in the center. And I just go around. So I don't go and create some kind of like a crazy looking retouchment. So at this point, I've done, and I'm going to do this, one at a time. So basically I'm moving, I clicking with my mouse, and basically every time I click, I move a little bit. So it's not a drag like this, it's a click, and it just gives you, every time I click, it's a new calculation for the computer to say, okay, this is what you want to do, instead of like this big micmac that I did earlier. So we're going to retouch our face, and you can see some here. So this is before, so you can see the files. We're going to bring it back. We're going to bring some noise, and so that we have a little texture, and we're going to make sure she's a little sharper. So okay, so because whoever's picture this is, she'll be very happy to get it. Okay, so Sanchi looks good. Nothing on his hands. Closing is okay. So here I can just go a little crazier, make it quick. Nobody will see this, Okay, so at this point, I would say this image is done with the retouching. For now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a mask on again, and then we did that. You can see this is my retouching from the. So first we'll put a little bit of a noise. So I'm gonna go to Filter, Noise, Add Noise. Um, and you know, let's do this. So let's cancel. So basically we have two layers. One that's a retouch layer. Let's look at it. That's a bunch of random grays, and because we're in black and white, but it could be color. And then one full layer on which all this retouching applies and looks great. But as soon as I make some adjustment to this one will not be affected. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge these two layers, okay? And to do that, I'm going to hold my Shift key and I'm going to click on this layer. Now you can see they're both grayed out. I'm going to do it again. Layer 2 and hold the Shift key, layer 1. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Command, and I'm not sure, I think it's Alt for PC, and J like Jackie. And basically what you're going to see, if you look at your layers as you do that, you can see now there's a copy. Layer 1 copy and layer 2 copy. Okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to merge these two. And to do that, I'm going to use a shortcut. I'm sorry, I use a lot of shortcuts, but I don't want to go digging in the menu. I wouldn't know where to find it actually. So I'm going to click Command or Alt and E. And now if you look at the layers again as I do it, there's two layers. They're both selected. You can see the gray, lighter gray, they're grayed out. And I'm going to click Command or Alt E, and now we have one layer. Okay, I'm going to hide this, and so this is basically our layer we're going to work with. Let's put a mask, and let's brush off a little bit of the work we've done. So I'm going to click on B for brush, and I'm slowly brushing. So this young lady is a little sharper. There's definitely some dots. Let me see how sharp. Yeah, we're gonna do is we'll do Sanchi. It's okay, we'll just do Sanchi here, and I'll just redo this little retouching. So now I'm going to click on the layer. I was clicking on the mask. You can see the mask is outlined. That the mask is active. We click on the layer. Now the layer is outlined. And now I'm just going to use J, very small brush, and I'm going to click on this. And if it's not working, and the reason is because the mask is actually so let's do this stuff on a new layer and we won't have any of this issue. Okay, J, and I'm going to click right here. Now it's working. Okay, and now let's go to this young lady. And we'll just do our face. You know, it's easy, but we cannot go crazy on this. We just want to click on each dot and make it where it needs to be. Okay. There we go. We have a little bit on the lips. That looks strange. A little bit of this on the lips. Well, 200. If we go 400, 300, 400, it'll be like, oh my gosh, which you are welcome to do, or you're welcome to zoom in to see. But most photos are going to be at 100. People are going to print them and so on and so forth. So the file looks great now. We got Sanchi, it's very sharp. We softened everything. There's a little bit of mess here still, so I'm going to go with my healing brush, spot healing brush. I'm going to make it bigger, and I'm going to definitely go a little quicker on this part of the image. And then you can see there's a little black line. So I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to basically use a computer to do the work of calculating all this. And this is actually going pretty smoothly. And that's the end of that. We have a file where Sanchi's face is very clear. This young lady is very clear. I don't think we need to fix. I think the the young lady in the back is totally fine. But we retouched and we did it in a finer way. Okay, hope that helped. Bye.